In a recent interview with Polygon, David Jenkins, the show creator, confirmed that the prospects for a season 2 look really good. In his words, the fandom exploded in the recent weeks. According to Jenkins, the fans were so smart with their speculations that it was like they had been in the writer's room having the same conversations the writers were. The fans really understood what the writers were doing. Although Jenkins says the perception of what the show really is changes often in the writer's room, he thinks 3 seasons is the ideal length for the show. He goes on to say that it's healthy for the perception of the story to change for shows because writers all have their own experiences to draw from. Jenkins also says that it's really fun for him to construct the show to have real violence as well as moments that are really broad and genuinely funny. Violence, after all, is a big part of being a pirate, but they are also human. As long as he gets to alternate between the three, then he's happy. Season 2, in my opinion, will diverge drastically from history. For example, according to the show, Blackbeard and Calico Jack at one point were shipmates, but if we look at history, there's no evidence that these two even met. Stuff like this shows that the writers aren't afraid to make drastic changes. According to history, in June 1718, Blackbeard betrays Stede Bonnet, maroons some of his men, and runs away with the rest. The gentleman pirates swore revenge on Blackbeard, but they never see each other again, so somewhat where the season ends. However, I would say that it's Bonnet that betrays Blackbeard in the show. I think Bonnet could have still met up with Blackbeard after Admiral Chauncey Badminton dies. Instead, he chose to go back to his family, who had moved on after he betrayed them too. Nevertheless, neither Blackbeard's nor the Gentleman Pirate's story end there. According to history, Blackbeard survives for a few more months, and Bonnet basically outlives him a month. Blackbeard in that time retires, marries, knocks up his wife, and eventually returns to piracy. Bonnet also returns to piracy but uses an alias to preserve his pardon. He calls himself Captain Thomas, and from July to September, he reaches the peak of his piratical career. During that period, he captured several vessels on the Atlantic seaboard until his luck ran out. He was eventually captured by Colonel William Rhett. There is still plenty of material for the writers to work with.